Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of May 30th through June 5th of 2022. So let's just see what your cards are going to tell you for this week. We'll find the messages, we'll hear them. Okay, that wasn't it. So just so you know, when I'm doing a reading like this and the cards come out, and the card has whatever picture or words or message on it, and sometimes that is the full beautiful message that's coming through for you, but much of the time I'm given similar but different information about it. The card is meant to be simply a trigger. It's not meant to be a whole message just to stand alone all by itself. It needs also, the intuition, the ability to receive the rest of the message. And so that's what my role is. And that's kind of why, it's really hard to read for yourself. Even me, for myself. Occasionally, I'm able to distance myself enough, pretend that I'm a stranger, right? And then the true full message can come through. But otherwise, I've got too much knowledge of what I'm feeling and thinking, and I have only my own limitations, right? When it's somebody else reading for you, as my role is here right now, then I don't have those limitations. I don't know what your world has taught you. I know what I'm being told from your guides and from the collective consciousness, and that has no limitations upon it, right? So here comes your messages without limitations, and we'll see what your messages are for today, for this week. Oh, this looks good. Yeah. Oh, wow. This is, wow, you are stepping into yourself this week is how this feels. Now, the first thing that the message that the whole consciousness wants you to know is to not take it all so seriously. Just have some playtime every day, like often every day. Laugh. Laugh your way through your life. Enjoy your way through your life, even if you're not actively laughing in that moment. Be receptive to the beautiful, fun, and funny things that are happening around you and within you. Don't forget that part. It's vitally important. Okay. And, okay, which direction are we going? Yeah. Okay. So, kind of along the same lines, when you're feeling lighthearted and you're noticing what's fun and funny, also notice what's beautiful, right? Beautiful can also be funny. As soon as we think of grace and beauty, then we kind of get this step back and be calmer and more peaceful and whatever. And sure, it absolutely can be. But it can also be joyful and funny and laughter and just having a good time, right? And that's really what, and this has been, I think, an ongoing message. I think I've told you this before, but our whole job is to feel good. That's what life is actually about. That is our life purpose, is to feel good. Do what makes you feel good. Whatever floats your boat. That's how it is. And that has nothing to do with anybody else, right? This is you. This is you alone. These things are what make you feel joyful. It doesn't have to be joyful for somebody else, nor the things that they really love don't have to be great for you. This is only you, right? This is yourself being an individual, enjoying the things you enjoy, finding the beauty where you find it, right? And when you are different from other people, that is, not only is it okay, that is the desired thing. we are different from each other. We just are, and we're meant to be different from each other. We are each have our own body makeup. Even if every person had all the same cells, but they're put together in a different way in each one. There's trillions and trillions of cells in a body. How many different combinations are there? More than there are people. Right. So, like, this is how you're supposed to be, is different. You're the same as yourself, and that's all you need to be the same as. Like, embrace that, step into it. Instead of just trying to, it feels like there's somebody in your life who really wants you to like conform. They are so concerned with like image. And you've gotten past, you used to be like that too, I think, but you've gotten past a lot of that. You've grown through it. That person is on a little bit of a different track and stuff, and so they just haven't got to that learning yet. And that's totally fine. They don't have to be on the same track as you, but they're trying to push you into that track. And a lot of times you do conform because they're pushing you so hard. They have this need to control everything and whatever. You used to. Feels like you used to have that, but you're beyond it now. At least partly, you're beginning to go beyond it. And so you're trying to break free of that a lot of times. Please allow yourself to continue to break free of that. That's a good thing. That's a progression. The other person may not like it. And there may be fallout from that. But I guess it's a necessary thing. It's how that feels. It's like the whole energy of this is doing your thing no matter what others want you to be doing. Okay, all right. Now, let's see. Yeah, so what are you doing that is outside of linear thinking? So we're still kind of on the same wavelength here, right? Doesn't have to be so serious. It's time to play. Notice what's funny. Notice what's beautiful. Be different. March to the beat of your own drum. Whatever, right? And be creative. Like, think in ways that you have never thought before. Put together things differently, just so that you can try that out. Be creative, and this is in general, so that you're getting out of your left brain more. You still need left brain. We all need some logic and some linear thinking and stuff like that. But you've done that like kind of to an extreme, and now it's time to loosen that off. There's bounds and limitations and stuff there. Let that be looser and use more the creative side of yourself to do things differently. Think outside the box. It's like way overused of a saying, but that's really what it means. Okay. All right. And you do have the absolute courage to do that. Like, it does take courage, right? To step outside of what feels secure to you. And what feels secure to you is to follow the lines, right? You've been taught that this is how this is, and that's how that goes, and that's the only way there is. It's been pretty rigid in your mind. Yes, partly you were taught that, partly you really embraced it. And so when you start to move away from that, when you start to look for the wavy lines or start to cause the wavy lines, this is you being more true to yourself. If you think back to when you were maybe a teenager and the ways that you didn't fit in, it's not really, like, maybe you were rebellious, but that's not the point. Like, how did you want to be and behave. That's your natural, normal self. And so now you've gotten away from that. You've gotten to the rigidity. And now it's time to move away from that, knowing that that didn't work for you. And it takes courage. But you have all that. You have what it takes. Beautiful. Mm. And you know, anything that you're feeling really uncertain about, that you're just like, oh my God, I can't do that. Ask for help. Ask, you know, whatever your language is, whether you're talking to angels or God or universe or source or intuition or whatever the case may be, ask for help and expect it to come. And then it makes it so much easier. Okay. And no matter what, life is one step at a time. And that's how you get it done. So, you know, this is you kind of learning your easier way to be, right? And you kind of realize as you do this, as you embrace the playfulness and the beauty and everything else, that you're breaking free from those old constraints that were taught to you that have become shackles. And it's so much easier to be without those. So much easier to just live life naturally, say what you want to say. You know, obviously you're not going to be rude and mean and cruel, but I mean, act the way you need to act to satisfy your inner self. It's so much easier and it feels so much better, one step at a time, and that you can do it. Absolutely. Okay, and so here we have the daily guidance cards. And we'll ask for one last bit of wisdom from your guardian angels. See what they're going to say. There it is. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. If you think things are going too slow, nope, they're not. If you think they're going too fast, nope, they're not. Everything is happening in perfect timing. And you can trust that. Okay. All right. Aries, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you immensely, and I love you, and I'll see you next time.